Okay. Okay, it's recording. So here we go.
Is there someone else?
No, so far it's just you and me, but I have a feeling Renato, have you been following the Facebook page? There's a guy in Brazil, you know, Renato. Hopefully he'll join us. And I just posted something to the, on our transition team homepage on the GROOC. I just posted another notice of the team meeting. So hopefully there'll be more people. If not, we can proceed, you know.
We have to.
So actually, Renato just we were just exchanging messages about connecting with him. So I have a feeling he'll be joining us. So we can talk about him until he gets on. So he's in Brazil. We've got a team. We've got a team of 10, and some of them haven't been very active. The GROOC the GROOC facilitators might begin weaning some people off of our team, which will make room for Renato. If not, whether they do that or not, he can still work with us on Facebook. And he's been doing some very fascinating stuff down in Brazil. He's trying to do something that's very similar to what we're trying to do. I think with both the GROOC, to a certain extent with both the GROOC and the transition work you've been doing in Montreal. So, and he set up a nonprofit. He's put a lot of time and effort into it, and he's been struggling just as we have. So I think he'll be a very interesting part of this conversation, not only on how to get a transition project going with our transition team, but also maybe we can feed ideas into the GROOC staff on, if things don't go as well as hoped, why and what might be done about it. So, so I'm very excited to have him join us on this.
You know that English is not my first language, so sometimes I'm looking for my words. Okay?
Yeah, well, I'm not a young chicken, so I'm looking for my words too. So
because when I write, I've got time to think about it, but talking is more. Well, it's okay, but
we're not in a hurry. We can take the time and do what we have to communicate. So,
what I find funny is that we both express our, let's say, frustration of people not staying on board, and the issue of having people staying, doing things and all that. But it's the same in our team here. So
exactly.
My idea is that just looking for a solution for our team could be the thing we experiment,
I was thinking of that too. When we first started, I was thinking of that too, that, we can proceed with trying to get a transition project started, either with you or someplace else. And then as we go along, as we run into difficulties, we can think about and experiment with ways that we've got to modify our approach to social organizing.
Mm-hmm. But I'm already involved, and
right.
I'm already looking for solutions. Like, I have two projects. The fruit picking is one, but we also we are trying to set up a network of gardeners, urban gardeners, that are individuals that are not already in collective gardens or community gardens, and it's the same. It's like the third year, I think. I'm trying to set this network, and Whew. So I've tried a lot of different things, and so I don't think in a month or two I would be able to like start over again a new activity or no.
Do you want to? You know, I think that would be a great project for this team to take on, to work with you on that project, and to to see what we can collectively bring to it. Because there's a lot of great people on our team, and I have a feeling that with their experience, with their expertise, we can, number one, brainstorm on how to help you proceed, but number two, when it doesn't work, we can brainstorm on what we're doing wrong and what we have to modify in order to get, I guess, a model or a prototype in order to produce a prototype of a model of social organizing that would be more effective than a lot of the stuff that's happening now.
Yeah, but we have to start by our team. Like just right now, what's happening?
No, there's you, there's me. Art seems involved. I think Chig is going to get on board. Renato's here.
Okay, so it's 5. Yeah, 5.
And I think that the goal eventually is to get. Well, first of all, I think that it's reasonable with this. Let me see. We're not a government with a staff. We're not a business with a staff. We're not even a nonprofit organization with a staff. Okay, we're just a bunch of volunteers. And I think that what comes with that territory is that different people are. Well, when it comes to that territory, first of all, is some people are going to show up for one thing, and that'll be the end of them. Okay, that's a fact of life that I think we just have to accept. Another is that some people will get involved for a period of time, and then their involvement will fizzle away. So I think we also have to accept that is probably something that's going to happen. So I think that, like, let me see. I think that for this kind of project, what we're doing right now, okay, I think that if you and me and one or two others can stay involved, I think we can get something done. Okay.
Yeah. I agree. Right.
And I think
it's just that it's my, well, I wrote it before. I'm always in that situation of being, the one that is staying there and keeping the group together. And
right.
Tired of that.
Yeah. No, that's definitely one of the problems we're trying to address.
Yep.
And I think that when Renato was talking about this, I don't know, did you follow the post that he did today on the Transition Team Facebook?
Not all. I didn't go on his website and all that. So
well, he's having a very similar problem, and I think that one innovative solution that I've thought of just today, okay, is the problem of communication. I think that there's a communication innovation that might work in keeping more people more engaged for a longer time. And
there's dishes falling in back of you, or what?
Oh, yeah. Let me close the door. I'll be right back. Okay.
It was like there was dishes. Falling from it.
Yeah, that's my wife, and I got my 10-year-old son here too, so we might get interrupted. Or my 12-year-old son. So, actually, until someone joins us, let me talk about this for a little while. I think that if we have time today, and if not, then as we go forward, I think that we should decide, and if it's just you and me, that's fine. We'll decide that this team is going to move forward on this idea of helping you create a collective of gardeners to join whatever community gardens already exist, and to do that. Okay, I think right now we should make the decision. That's what this team is going to do. Okay, now at the same time, I think that I want to, and Renata wants to, and I know this is a concern of yours. I think Art has mentioned this. As we do this, we're inevitably going to run into the same problems that social organizing has been running into all over the place. Yeah. And so I think that we should continue to think about and talk about organizing and how it can be done more effectively. And one brainstorm that I had this morning was along this lines, okay? I think that one of the keys is communication. Mm-hmm. And by communication, and communication, I mean the frequency with which people meet, the effectiveness of the venue or the platform. I think that it's very difficult for people, like, you're familiar with the Occupy movement, right?
Yeah.
So we had an Occupy Weston in a town nearby.
Yeah. Well, we had Occupons Montréal in French, but
yeah, I know, it's all over the world.
They camped for a month. My boyfriend, my lover, was involved in that, so yeah, I know it quite well.
Yeah, that was so exciting. It was like there's so many things in recent years. I was so excited when Obama became president, and then subsequently very disappointed. I was so excited when Occupy happened, and I thought that was the revolution. I thought, okay, this is good. This is it. It's going to happen now, and it didn't. Okay, so there's so many promising things, and the same thing with. Are you familiar with idealist.org? It's a search engine for the social sector, but the founder Amidar did something very similar to what this GROOC is doing, and once again I was so excited, I was so enthused, and that didn't pan out either. So now I've lost track of my train of thought, but anyway. Anyway, I forgot what I was going to say, but let's...
Well, you were talking about communication in all means.
Right. Okay, so Occupy Weston was a town near here. It was set up actually by a retired businessman. And he brought, from my opinion, a little bit too much of a business orientation to it. But anyway, the idea was that we would meet once a month, okay? Now, I don't see how enough work can be done by people who are meeting once a month. And as I was reading over Renato's description of what he was doing down there in Brazil, I had the same sense that the interactions were too intermittent, and his he had people who were engaged and enthused for a month or 2 months or 3 months, and then it just fizzled out. And he's had volunteers that have left, and I think that well, let me tell you what my idea is, and then I'll explain why I think it's important. The idea I have is to do short videos. Okay, right now. Like I say, I've got my wife's iPhone here that I stole from her that I'm using to shoot a video of our Skype discussion. I'm going to take and distribute that to whoever on our team missed it, okay? Now, I'm just going to ramble. I just had this idea this morning, and there's lots of ideas, so I'm just going to ramble for a while if you'll have patience with me. So he had a problem of people becoming enthused and then not staying enthused. So the question is, how can we create social good organizations